Hello, hello, hello to all of my friends and my frenemies. Yes, we all have those. Today I am on a walk. It's actually snowing where I am. So I've exposed myself to something that I hate doing. I hate being cold. But that's something that I've actually been very conscious of lately. I feel like I've just been one of those people for a long time that has based a lot of her life decisions on whether or not I will feel cold, and over time I think that's kind of just snowballed. Do you get it? Snowballed. I'm so lame. But anyway, it's just kind of snowballed into me leading a certain life that hasn't exposed myself to feeling too uncomfortable. And thinking about it, I think that's turned into a sort of metaphor to so many different things. I've had a bit of a mindset shift at the moment where I've just been doing things to force myself to be uncomfortable so I can kind of just live my best life. And I guess what this video is going to be about. I found it really difficult to script new videos recently. I think that's happened for a lot of reasons, but a friend advised me to just go on a walk and talk to the camera. So that's exactly what this video is. I'm literally going on a walk, living my best life and having a deep conversation with myself. So for a long time I felt as if I've just been going through the motions of life, literally living life on autopilot. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Life has a lot of pressures. For me, I'm the eldest daughter in my family, and not only that, I'm also the eldest grandchild, which means that there was always this kind of pressure on me to be a perfect example to everybody younger than me. And those pressures aren't just a reality to me. I know so many people have the pressure of, you know, being educated, making a lot of money, being comfortable, balancing lots of different relationships, being the best in any relationship that we build in the future, being a good employee, you know, having a nice car, having a nice house. You know, the pressures that the world and society actually puts us through are unlimited. And for a long time I thought to myself, it's a bit of a challenge to actually try to balance every single pressure and try to be the best version of myself. And I really wondered whether it's possible to wake up in the morning and balance everything. For a long time I guess I was saying to myself that yes, it's possible, and I guess being a rebellious woman that I am, I've believed that it is possible. But the truth is, it's gonna pain me so much to say this, but the truth is it's probably not possible at all, at least not at the same time. So how do we ever find happiness if we're not able to balance different things that we want to achieve in life? And that's a question that has kind of just been ringing in my head for a long time. And I figured out that being intentional is something that I've really adopted over the past couple of months, and it's something that I'm still learning about. But I think, for me anyway, the only way that I can achieve things is by being real and conscious and intentional about them. And I think for a long time things weren't intentional. I was drawn in by societal pressures or my own cultural biases or just my personal expectations of myself, but I wasn't questioning whether those things have meaning behind them or whether they are things that actually bring me closer to what I need to do for where I need to be. So I want to talk a little bit about why I've chosen to live a more intentional life, because I feel like it's something that could help more than one person. So in this video, I want to go through some of the ways that I'm going to be more intentional in my day, and I hope to cover a lot of those things in my YouTube channel and also on my Instagram in the future. I feel like it's something that's really transformed my mindset and something that can actually help a lot of people around me. So yeah. So one of the changes that I want to make is be really intentional with how I spend my time. You know, especially being a mother to a 3-year-old, it's really difficult. Sometimes I get carried away and I've got thousands of things that I need to be doing, but all of my focus and my energy is on my child because he is very demanding sometimes. I just get so carried away with being around him that he really consumes all of my energy. So I've left what I need to be doing right till the end, and it means that I don't really have a productive day at all. Sometimes I think it would be better to actually just plan my time much better. So that means that I allocate time to what I need to be doing and allocate time to other demands that I have during the day. So although, you know, making lists or integrating certain systems in my life was definitely a small part of my life, I'm going to integrate those things a lot more rigidly because I want to be getting as much as I can out from the day, and there's no way that I can do that if I'm not thinking consciously about where my day is going, and unfortunately that has definitely been the case for such a big part of my life. The next thing for me is actually being very conscious of what my goals are and working towards them every day. Now, I've got a lot of big ambitions. There's lots of things that I want to achieve. Some of them are really big, some of them are very small. For example, there's lots of networking goals that I've set for myself for this year, but it's not really a goal that I would need to work on every single day, although it should be. But if I'm not conscious of it, it's just something that will always be pushed to the bottom of the to-do list. So just having those goals written in front of you, I know there's a statistic that if you write down your goals, you're way more likely to achieve them. I think I'm a big believer of that. But yeah, for a long time, I haven't even written down what my goals are. They've just kind of been stuck in my brain. So just being conscious of what my goals are should better remind me to achieve them, and also building a system around how to achieve them. So the final thing for me, guys, and this is probably one that I feel probably needs the most work on, is the fact that I haven't been very intentional with the relationships that I want to keep. There have been so many friendships in my life which have just faded because I haven't deliberately spent time nurturing them. Yet in my heart, and I know this, in my heart, they are some of the most important relationships that I will ever have. And I think that's a really sad thing to consider, that I think this is such a natural thing for so many people. I mean, I'm okay with relationships fading, I'm okay with new relationships being built, but on the whole of it, if things are important to us and people are important to us, then we should be naturally more intentional about how we keep them. I think at the same time, I don't want to use the word wasted because it sounds really bad, but I've spent time with people doing things just because it's there, without being really focused on whether they are relationships that I want to keep. Now, I know, like, going through college and university, that was definitely the way that I lived my life. Like, I didn't really think about the longitudinal plan about people that I socialize with. Like, it was just there and having fun. But I think as I've gotten older, the same kind of patterns have remained, and I really want to be more intentional with the relationships that I want to keep. which means the relationships that I have, that I love in my life, I want to spend time nurturing those. If there's relationships that I want to build with people, I want to be more intentional and focused on building them. And if there's relationships with people that I don't really care about, then I'm sorry, but I don't think it's good for anybody. And I know sometimes there's a lot of societal pressures to actually have relationships that we don't really want and we aren't really fond of. I know that's a pattern, especially in the Asian culture, and there's lots of benefits to that, but I think for me, yeah, I'm gonna leave it as that for now. I want to be real. So yeah, this is me trying not to be a toxic person to myself or to other people, and trying to live a life which is more meaningful and more real for the people around me and for myself. And I know this video was a little bit of a ramble, but it's really important that I am real and uncomfortable. And thank you for watching, and